Right, what's up? What's up? What's up, Amazon sellers? Obviously, joining you today to support you going live, answering your questions. If you guys have got questions, drop them down below. I'm just going to quickly tap on my Instagram. Let's do that as well. So, you guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. I will answer them. Also, going to support you. Get it right, Tom. Drop your questions down below. If you want to know right now, I am over in the Philippines. I had a really good day yesterday. So if you want to know, I'm doing some strategic planning. And what am I doing? What does that look like? Well, quite simply, I am looking at, should we say, where we want to be as in 3 years. And then we did that yesterday. We looked at 3 years. So if you guys got questions, drop them down below. Obviously, we'll let you know. Obviously, I can answer them as well. Just waiting for this to come live. 1 second. Oh, get the music going. Pumping, pumping, pumping. So we did our 3 year planning. We kind of like defined our why, what we're here to achieve, what we're doing. Then after that, we're then looking at our 3 year planning, and then we do our one. Today we'll be doing our 1 year planning, and then breaking it down into quarters, which is a lot of what we kind of really do in our kind of like thinking. And then finally tomorrow we'll do kind of like round people, places where we need to train, where we what we need to do to bring that to life. So let's go to there. So we got a Facebook user says hi. Hey, Facebook user. I think a couple of people have joined already. I'll give you an update on the Amazon business. What else we got here? Oh, Waleed. Hey, Waleed. Always the first person on your live podcast. Fantastic. I think you win on the YouTube, but unfortunately, someone, Facebook user, has already beaten you onto the what do you call it? Onto the on Facebook. They beat you onto the thing. So, Waleed, sorry. And I was like, what the hell's that thing that's going to keep moving on the side? It's my phone. So obviously, good work there, Tom. Guys, if you've got questions down below, Facebook user said, love the story showing your strategic planning sessions. Yeah. So if you guys want to know, I'll kind of see if I can like show you one or two. I've got to be a bit like, I don't want to kind of give away all of what we're doing. Like, see, that's the plan. So like, here's a picture of, I'll see if I can find one. Uh, to give you an idea, we kind of sat down and did like all these different things. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and hide. Will that work? No, it's still really bad. It's still really bad. Okay, cool. So here's like we're in this apartment, and then like we've written all these kind of notes on these bits of paper, and we're sticking them to the wall because it's all like where do we want to be? What's our plans? What's our ideas? We've done that, and then what else have we done? If anyone else wants to know, and then we're all kind of like I'll see if I can get you one more because I appreciate you guys are like Tom on board now. Where's one more? Let's do one more. Here we go. Here's one more. No, let's do that one. That's a better one. We're all kind of like standing around, talking, discussing things, and if I show you, I want to get the right one. There we go. So that's like us standing around talking, discussing things in front of a TV, talking about where we should be going, what we should be doing, and why. Like, why does it matter? Like, looking at the people, the places, how we're going to optimize this business. Yes, we have a business which is already running, but where could it be in 3 years' time? My God, if you look back on my journey of 3 years ago, I think I was probably doing 30,000 a month. And don't get me wrong, we haven't actually really grown in the last year. I think, if anything, if I show you if I show you my 12-month mark, I think we're down. No, we're up. It says up 30% on the last period in the UK, so 3 million, which is like fantastic. But like, you could easily probably get that to 8 figures in 3 years. Like, I wouldn't doubt that. Like, that would be quite an easy achievement. So if you guys are here, do let me know. I'm just going to see if I can. Is people on Instagram working? Hey, I think it's here. Wow, you guys are on live. My God, I'm really bad. Sorry, you are here. Just trying to get technology working. Well, hey, that is working. Can we see there? So, Dropship Infinity joined, Algo joined, Ross Profit. Hi, mate. What editing software do you use to edit your videos, or what does your editor use? Adobe Premiere Pro is the the be all and end all of software editing. Yeah, you can get. I think it's about $30 a month. I think is you can just pay for it for that. What else we got? I've purchased GS1 code, but Amazon doesn't recognize it. How do I resolve this? I'm not 100% sure. I'd probably go back. You might need to give it some time. I'd probably do some research just because I think they have a database connected. You might just need some time. So it might not happen straight away. Like give it a day or two and see what happens. But I'm not 100% because it's more private label. Guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. I will help them out. And Algo Mexico. Are you selling on Amazon Mexico? No, but I do live there, so I live in Mexico City, so I quite like it. Right now in the Philippines, if you want to know. Very beautiful. So let's kind of jump over to YouTube, Facebook users, Mr. CJH. Hey, Mr. CJH. Hoping to make January 2023 my best month ever. Wow. By the way, January is like our third best month of the year. So like, if anyone's thinking like, oh, you can't do it in January. No, you can. Like, there's so much opportunity. Like December, I think is generally the best. November's pretty close, and then January, they're all pretty close. I mean, if you even look at like, see this top graph here, that's that little spike. That is December last year, which is incredible. But you can see that like, I think January is actually better than November. So November's the one on the left. That's that one up there. So yeah, definitely like you can really do it. Like really fun. And sadly, the cash has run out waiting for payouts. Yeah, it does happen. Obviously, you can, should we say, request earlier disbursements. You don't have to wait the 14 day, or like you say, Amazon will make you wait the 14 days, and then it will just sit on it until the next time it disperses. But you can keep doing it every day if you want. So you still got to wait the 14 days, but I hope that kind of helps. So but yeah, good, Mr. CJH. Honestly, make it the best one. Mr. CJH, let me know one thing that you're doing, which is why you think January 2023 will be the best. Good chance to reflect upon why that'd be successful. Let's look at Waleed. Waleed, hey Waleed. Obviously, loving you being first onto pretty much the majority of the YouTube. So thank you so much. Question you got asked is how many team members should I need to hit 1 million a year? Like there's varying kind of like things. You know, a lot of people who I know, they'll talk about it and be like, Tom, you can make 1 million on your own. Like I get that. I like yeah, you could. Like if you bought products which are I don't know $1,000 and you did 1,000 of them, that's 1 million. Fine. Um, the way we did it, so like this one down the bottom here, and by the way, I did it in like 2 hours a week of my time, so the team did it, is we had one purchasing manager, one admin VA, and three sources. That was it. And they ran the business for me. I kind of I trained them up for the first few months. And the net result was that that structure allowed me to achieve 1 million with very little like work on my side. And I'm not saying I didn't work when I needed to work, I would work, but I didn't have to work all the time, if that makes sense. So like that was my thing. But if you're gonna do it on your own, like you could probably get away with like maybe like two. Yeah, maybe like two if you were going to do a lot of admin purchasing and maybe some sourcing yourself. Like I would always say a lot of people are better at sourcing than the staff. But for me, it's like that's not really an option. I'm here to build a business, which means I can have once I make the 1 million, I can enjoy it rather than once I make the 1 million, I can enjoy it rather than having to, should we say, work all the time. That's my thoughts. So, Waleed, good question. Let's kind of go through Glenn. What software would you recommend for UK arbitrage? It's really up to you. If you're looking for like sourcing software, like does it for you. You've got things like Tactical Arbitrage, um, Arbitrage Hero, Source Mogul, those kind of softwares. But like they're okay, but they're not brilliant. You probably still find more value in learning how to source yourself. So I'd look at something like SAS, Keeper. They're two softwares that I really like, and then learning how to do the sourcing techniques yourself. And Fast Track FBA YouTube channel, go to our playlist. You can see all the different playlists of like how to do that. That's really going to help you out. So yeah, I hope that should help you out, and then those softwares will help you. Let's go through Wagger. I hope I said hi, sir. Hey, good to see you. Mr. MCJ is definitely being strategic with my time. Wow, I love that. I love time boxing. I brought a few softwares and I finally started outsourcing prep. Wow, to a place near me at good rates. So this has helped massively. Yeah, you've got to be strategic with your time. Like at the end of the day, we all have 24 hours in a day. For some reason, there's a reason why I can run two businesses in 24 hours a day and still travel. There's a reason why Elon Musk is far better than I am and runs many more businesses, far more profitable and makes more cash and more revenue and everything else. But again, he's being more strategic with his time. You only have 24 hours in a day. I think that's something really, really to think about. Let's just kind of go through Frank Baker. Hi, Frank Baker. Hi, do you strictly do online arbitrages at wholesale mainly? Only OA. Like, I won't lie, some of that 3 million in the UK is wholesale, probably like 150,000 of it. We did it in Q3, but we just like it wasn't working. So for us, like she say, profitability wise, it wasn't as good as OA. We were having to buy bigger quantities, which we were more worried about because it means you have to clear down stock. And then also as well, created complexity. So like my ops manager had to spend like half his time doing it, and like we were probably doing, I don't know, maybe like let's call it 600,000 over the course of a quarter, of which 150,000 was wasting half it or taking up half his time. Like, it just wasn't efficient. So, and then interestingly enough, in Q4 we had to clear all that stock down, and we lost a lot of money from that because we just like, it wasn't profitable. So all OA. So it makes sense. Glenn says thanks. Let's jump over quickly to Instagram. I'll answer some questions there. I don't know if is it updating? If I kind of do it, yeah, it's updating. Hey, so what preps? So a couple of things. Are you selling out of Mexico? No, the notorious BG. Hey, Quazim said, what prep centers do you recommend in the UK? I kind of say like the three that I really talk about quite a lot of the time is systemized fulfillment in the north of the UK. I also look at, what do you call it? Oh my God, systemized fulfillment in the north UK. Oh, so it's too early in the morning. It's like what's the time? 6 a.m. here in the morning. So I'm just waking up. It's been a long day. So systemized fulfillment, North UK, and then Scunthorpe. We prep FBA in Suffolk. They're in Suffolk, and then the final one is Fast Pack FBA. Dan Gibbs, he runs them, so they're pretty good as well. Do check them out. They're in like the Midlands area. A lot of people like, I've had generally good things in them. So, by the way, all prep centers have good and bad times. I'll say that. Even like mine, we've had to like call up and say like, what's going on. But I'm sure likewise, we've also been bad clients at times. So highs and lows, it's just the nature of what we're doing. Quazim says, how to counter the fact that you can only buy a few items at retailers at a time. So really good question, like cancelled orders, you can only buy a few. A couple of things you really want to think about. Number one is the retailer are they really against resellers, or is it just a limitation that they have? So generally you can kind of find out this answer is the fact that if you try and put through multiple orders, if they're cancelling multiple orders, then they might be a bit more reseller unfriendly. But if you can like put 6 in, then order another 6 and another 6 and another 6, like generally that's going to be like, they're okay, like they don't really mind, you can do that. The other one which I'd really recommend is getting in contact with them. You don't have to say like, hi, I'm Tom from Fast Track FBA. We try to place loads of orders. Like maybe like, hi, like I'm trying to place orders and like I see there's a quantity limit of 6, like, but I want to be ordering like 30. Like, what can you do for me? Really, obviously, these companies want to sell their product. So the net result is that you can ask the question, and they're probably going to tell like, sorry, we don't do bulk selling, or yeah, sure, we can do it over the phone. I've had certain OA suppliers say, yeah, we need to put you in contact with our wholesale department. I was like, what? You have a wholesale department? Like, what the hell? It happens. So like, speak to them. It's really, really important. But you're really trying to understand, are they reseller friendly or are they not? And if they're reseller friendly, you can very put for multiple orders, maybe you can call them up and put for a wholesale order. But if they're not, then what's going to happen is the fact that they will, what happens, then they are going to, they're going to start cancelling your orders, so you've got to be a bit more careful. So like different addresses, different cards, different accounts, different IP addresses when you log in. That's how you got to do it. Some companies are really hot on it, like Boots, for example, in the UK. They're like, nope, we're not going to sell to you. Hope that makes sense. Quazim, let me know if that answers your question on Instagram down below. And Oksa joined, and Hamza Walan Salimi has joined as well. Hey guys, give me 2 seconds. I need to drink water. Tom's talking way too fast. If you've got questions, drop them down below. I will answer them. I promise you. I have a really good track record of answering pretty much all the questions. Let's go from this side. So coming back over, just on a trial, I'm guessing, of Arbitrage Hero, lots of private label stuff being there shown and out of stock deals. That's a shame. Yeah, speak to, I met the founder of Arbitrage Hero. But by the way, like this, like I know, like in the ideal world, we'll buy some software, literally load it up and be like, wow, page 20 has got, or page 1 has got 20 deals, of which I'll buy 19 of them. I love this software. That would be your measure of success. But I know what you mean. Like, it's not easy. I think keep trying it. Really, the one measure of success you're trying to do is how many deals can I find per hour, really, or like how much can I spend per hour. I hope that's the metric we look at. Like, can I spend more money in time that I'm working? Money's your variable that you're trying to adjust for. So obviously try some other ones as well, like Source Mogul and Tactical Arbitrage. See what they're like. But I know some people are using Arbitrage here as well. Let's kind of jump through best product sourcing method. Check out Fast Track FBA YouTube channel playlist sourcing method. I don't know what the product is. There's lots of different products. There's about 1 million in Amazon. I'm sure you can figure out one that takes your fancy. Let's kind of jump through. Frank, if there's anything particular you're looking like product wise, like here's what I'm after, like I could probably give you some thoughts, but really at the end of the day, you really don't want me to tell you the product that, even if I tell you my best product, like a couple of months later, it might be the worst product because everyone's gone and bought it. So try and not take advice from people who are telling you this is the best product. You got to help find your own niche, if that makes sense. That's where you make the money. Frank says, brilliant. Thank you, Frank. No problem. Billy Evans says, what's the minimum ROI you should take? Is going low as 20% ROI okay if the profit is good? Yeah, but ROI isn't everything. Like if I say, do you want to take 20% ROI over 1 month? Cool. But if I take 100% ROI over 1 year, well, I might have to wait a year for it rather than 20% over a month. 20 times 12, which is the same time period, is 240. So your ROI over a year at 20% every month is going to be much higher on the annualized, it's called. That's a consideration that I would always think about. So do think about that. And but I think, look, again, if you're just starting out, which it sounds like you probably are, I'd probably say like something going down to like 30%, like absolutely fine. 20% might be a bit too low. Generally speaking, when you're sourcing, we find it hard. That's right. That's a fact. And what we do is because it's hard, we want to go lower because it's easier, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's better. I still would challenge yourself to go above where you find it. Like, oh, 20% I can find deals. Like, don't do it. Like, go higher. My team, we do 20% because sometimes we have like so much money we have to spend. Like, I think my team right now is Wednesday. They have like £150,000 left to spend, which is one hell of a lot of cash. So we want to make sure that gets spent. So I hope that makes sense. Billy, let me know if that kind of makes sense. So like 20%, okay, I'd probably try and do like 25, 30. Just keep it a bit higher where it's uncomfortable. That'd be my advice. And your real measure of success, Billy, by the way, is have you been able to spend all the money? That's like if you've got a small amount of money left, okay, you're probably about there. Like that's where you need to be. If you can spend all the money by like Thursday, you're going too low. If by Friday you've only used half the money, it might be like, okay, we'll see how it goes, but I might want to reduce my deals down. But it's got to be like a struggle. You're trying to optimize the ROI versus cash spend equation. Why? Because at the end of the day, that's gross profit. That's what you're really trying to optimize for. So I hope that makes sense. Let's go through it. Jesse, hey Jesse, hey Jesse, hey Tom, this is Jesse, hey Jesse. I want to ask, do you share your marketplace to the new VA or they have their own Amazon account? Just scared of sharing. You don't give them your login details if that's what you're after. You basically create them as a secondary user. So Amazon will send them an email which connects to your account. So when they log in, they're in your account. Now, you give them access to the ability to what's known as ad deals. Tom's getting tired. Pardon me. Too early in the morning. Need some coffee. I haven't got a coffee here. Too early in the morning. So you give them the secondary user account. You can look it up. Amazon secondary user. They get access to your account. And then the other one is the fact that they will be able to see what you can sell and what you can't, and also show what you can ship and what you can't for FBA. And the net result is that they'll be able to do a lot of stuff, like see all your inventory, add products to your inventory, but they won't be able to like take the money out, change your bank details at all with secondary user, not at all. And if they like do something bad, should we say, like bad, then Amazon will block their account, not you, because you haven't done anything bad. They can see what they're doing. So I hope that kind of makes sense, but I wouldn't worry. If I kind of put it in perspective, oh my God, I've had so many staff through my account. I've had like, oh my God, sorry, I'm getting tired. I've had lots of people who are like, should we say, in the account, not with my details, but with like secondary users, not a single problem, like nothing at all. I mean, probably like 50 staff in 3 different accounts, same email address, all 3 accounts, not a problem at all. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Let's kind of jump through. Let's kind of go through. I will jump over. Facebook user, hey mate, always great info as always. No problem. Glad I can help. Is that loading up here? Yeah. So here we go. We've got so Oxa, get it right, Tom. Sorry, it's really small. It's even smaller on my screen. I'm sure it's smaller on your screen. It's smaller on my screen, and I'm like, Indian war cry. Yeah, I definitely. Jay said I need a coffee. I definitely need a coffee. I'm so going to be getting coffee, but I need to hit the gym after this. Like I'm getting a belly traveling and eating so many buffets. So hey Tom, do you provide mentorship that doesn't cost a bomb? It depends what you want. Like let me give you an idea. Also, what does a bomb cost? I don't really do mentorship on a one-to-one basis. It's not really something that I'm too interested in. Why? Because I'm really happy to help people, and also hopefully you see this in like the YouTube live. But like it's everything is a time for money equation. I hope you really understand that. Like, why do you do Amazon FBA? Why do you probably do things? Why do you use the FBA model? Because it means you don't have to do prep. You don't have to ship to the customer. It makes it a lot easier. You could go sell on eBay, but Amazon's easier. You want to make money, but Amazon's the easier solution. So that's why I sell on Amazon. And when we come to like mentorship and doing it all, is that I'm really happy to help people. But what I don't want to do is like tie everything up into 4 hours a week. And by the way, let me ask you a quick question. Sorry, we're looking at 5% on this, not huge, like 150,000. And 1 million on this, and so it's 10% we do on that one, it's about 100,000. So that's a quarter of a million a year, for example. And I probably do that about 2 hours a week. Now, if you work out the per hour rate, quarter of a million on about, say, 4 hours a week, that's pretty high. Um, and if I'm going to go train other people, I want to make sure that my time's being used valuably. So it's kind of like I could train someone for £100 an hour or support them in mentorship, which doesn't cost a bomb, but I would probably be losing money because I could be spending that. And I'm happy to help people, but I've got to do it that way. So yes, we do mentorship in a form, which is called the Fast Track FBA Seller Academy, but there is a cost to it. It's it does run in the thousands, but I think the people who get value out of it, it really helps. And by the way, you get not just access from me, you get access from my entire team. You get access to my sourcing VAs in my own business. You get access to my purchasing managers in my own business. You get access to my admin VAs in my own business, and you get access to me and my ops manager as well. You get a lot of access, and you can ask as many questions as you like and do what you like every single week, which is probably very unusual. Most people don't give you that access, but I hope you can understand the like. By the way, like I do Tony Robbins coaching, and by the way, it's not even with Tony Robbins, and that costs $10,000 a year. So that's like $200 a session I pay for that. Has it been helpful? Well, yeah, like I'd probably say definitely. I do believe you get what you pay for at a fundamental level. You get what you pay for. Alex Hormozy paid, what was it? His girlfriend Leila Hormozy paid $40,000 per session for 4 sessions with Grant Cardone. Now, whether you like Cardone or not, you can't say he's not done very well. He's done very well. And Alex Hormozy, I'd like to think is a smart person. I'd probably like to think is his wife, I think it is, or girlfriend, is a smart person. And if she feels it's worth paying 40,000 for that, and even Alex talked about it, he's like, my God, Grant's going to get more successful, and that means that value is going to go up. So the one thing which I've kind of like learned and realized, and I will just share this with you, Oaksa, over on Instagram over here, um, like it really pays to access it really pays to get access to people who can show you what they're doing. Like it really does, because they've solved the problems, they know exactly what's doing, and they can just tell you the answer, like do this. Like if no one told you how to, if you never like knew Keeper or even SAS, and you're using the Amazon revenue calculator and you're like, no, I'm not going to listen, I'm going to do it myself, that's so much work you're just about to do. Someone could just tell you the answer. So like if one of the things, like I think I got it on my phone. I literally have it down the bottom, like on my lock screen. It's like number one, choose to win. Number two, do what the experts say. Like literally, I have this habit. I don't know if you do it. Like I literally, like someone tells, like you get a book. It's like the book says, "Stop now, do this," and it's like, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just keep reading. And I keep reading. And it says, stop now and do this. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I get to the end of the book, and then I try and remember what they said, and then I try and implement, and then it's a bit of a disaster. And I'm like, well, that was a shit book. And it wasn't. It's because Tom couldn't do what they said, and they're doing it really well. Like, fine, I can make variations of it, but I do it after I've actioned what they've done. So, yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. I look, my advice is like, pay for good people and be around them. Like it's a really like, and I get you want to save money, I really 100%, but I just generally don't believe it's worth it. Like pay for people who know what they're doing, and that's really going to get you where you want to be. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. I always meet people who are like done Tony Robbins, what's his platinum? It's like $85,000. It's not cheap. And like everyone I've met in Tony Robbins who knows someone else who's done the platinums, like they're really successful now. And I'm not saying that, by the way, I'm not doing platinum, but I do think it's really interesting. So, yeah, Oaksa, I'm not saying whether it's me. I don't provide one-to-one membership, but we do the Seller Academy, which is my equivalent. Um, I cannot like stress enough. Paying access to good people is worth it. PS, not trying to promote myself. We're not even Seller Academy is not even open yet. You can't even, if you wanted to pay me, we're not doing it right yet. It'll be later on this year. You'll hear about when we do reopen. Let's go. Ricardo Costa. Hey, Tom, how is the Philippines? Hope everything went well with your travels. It's good. I'm in a new hotel. I do little updates on my hotel travels like every single day. I have like, this is a new hotel. No, it isn't. Like I'm in a different one. So I'm here for like, where have I been? So I came in Philippines and Manila, which was good. I'm in another part of Manila now with my team in this Makati hotel. I've been around a bit of as you say, Millionaire, which is great. After this, I'm meeting my team. There's going to be about 40 of us from the Philippines, just in Manila, and the rest of them all around the country. So I meet the rest of them on Friday. On Saturday, I fly to Davao. I'll meet for another 10 in Davao. And then on Sunday, I go to a place called CDO, which is a little bit up north on Mindanao. And then I'll be going to and then I'm pretty good, and then I get time to relax. I'm going to Palawan, I think it is, beautiful beaches, like world famous, and then I'm going over to Boracay, which is another world famous beach, and then I come back to Manila, and before I fly out towards Mexico City via Doha and Madrid. So really enjoying it. I've been here before, and it's just nice. This time's really nice. I'm a lot more relaxed now, and you know, and the company can run without me. Whereas before it was like only me. So yeah, really really good. Ricardo, have you ever been to the Philippines? Anything you recommend? Let me know down below. Let's kind of jump through. Jay, Tom needs a coffee. 100% I do need coffee. It's like I need water as well. So guys, if you've got questions, drop them down below. Otherwise, it's gonna be little old Tom talking to himself about things. So let's kind of go through. Danzen, could I hire a VA that is in charge of picking deals using your FBA lead service on Slack instead of manually sourcing them yourself? You can, but it's kind of like I don't think it'd be the best use of your time. And I also we've seen it, and I've seen it as a bad thing. Okay, why? Really, and I'll be honest, our lead service isn't 100% perfect. We're going towards that. It's not as fast as it could be, and especially around the ungated. That's an area that we have right now. That's a problem that we're really focusing on. So, um, could you get a like? Let's put it this way. I think there's probably top of my head there's like 200 deals on the lead service. My God, I do look rough. Tom needs to get some sleep and he needs like a beauty treatment. So number one, there's 200 deals on the lead service, for example. I think that's both the same for USA and USA right now, UK and USA. So your VA, what's going to happen is they're going to first of all learn how to go through this list, check them all, and find deals that they like. Fantastic, cool. But then what? Like to deal review 200 deals isn't very hard. I think you can deal review, let's say 2 minutes, that's 240 minutes. That's what, a day? You could do it in a day. Then what? We're not putting 200 new deals every day in, but your VA is going to get a bit bored. And the net result is that then you're going to go, okay, cool, can you go sourcing? So then the VA is going to go sourcing. Guess what the VA is going to say? Because I've been here and I've seen it too many times with other clients. Hi, sir, it's really hard to source deals. Can I not just use Tom's lead service? And you'll be like, no, because sourcing deals. And you know what will happen is because you've given them easy mode to start with, they will always go how hard it is, and they'll be like, oh, it's hard, I'm not really going to bother. And we've seen it time and time again. Like we've even seen it whereby users, VA Academy users, have given their VAs like lists of deals to review, other stuff in the first 3 months. And what we always see, without a shadow of a doubt, is the fact that that VA will struggle up to month 3. Why? Because they have learned the easy way and they don't learn how to do it properly. And as a result, like once you give them the easy mode, that's what they want to keep doing. We're just human beings. That's what we do. So like my real advice is like don't make it easy for the first 3 months at least. What I really focus on is like they need to learn the skill of sourcing. It's like we all learn how to source, we know how to do that. Yes, we like the lead service of course and we need to do it, but when we need, by the way, and why is sourcing so important? When you find a deal on the lead service, you then want to use your sourcing skills to go find other deals. And if they're just literally going, oh, I found a deal on the lead service, cool, buy that one. Okay, next deal on the lead service. You're like, no. Use the sourcing methodology that you learned to find other deals. Like Like, use your brain. That's how we make money. And if we just give them easy mode, they'll just do easy mode, and then people will become lazy. Seen it so many times, it causes problems. So I do understand what you're saying, but I would strongly recommend against it. Even if you wanted to do that, like you're like Tom, maybe I've got 20 lead services, I want my VA to analyze them. I would still go down the route of first 3 months, they train to be a sourcer. They learn the skill set properly first, then you move them over to analyzing 20 deal sheets. Hope that kind of makes sense. I've just seen it too many times. I really don't think it's going to be beneficial. Mark, Life Continues, has joined. Racon 444 and Aidan 234123 has joined. Hey guys, let me know if you've got questions on Instagram down below. Let's go jump through. Danzen said, I am. Not sure what you mean by I am. But if you're going through the lead service, absolutely fine, but just make sure your team members are doing it. So let's go through here. Ricardo, I went to Boracay when I was very young. Can't remember much of it apart from small rock climbing. That's the centre hat. Wish I could be with more help. No problem. I've been to Boracay already. I went. I'm so glad you should come back. It's beautiful. I went 3 years ago, just before the lockdown. Beautiful beach. If anyone's here right now, want to know, type in Boracay, Boracay. Beautiful beaches, and obviously, if you can, type in El Nido, EL and space NIDO, El Nido, I think it might be pronounced. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. I'm looking forward to that. Lots of like islands, perfect beaches. I will get bored. I won't lie. I'll probably come and spend some more time with you guys. Like I'll be like, oh, I need to write planning, but I'm looking forward to it. Also, as well, because we have just been doing, and I'll share it with you here. Because we've been doing lots of planning. Let's get it all. Like here is Tom. I'll kind of put it there. Here is Tom on his planning. Like that's writing out lots of stuff with the team. We're kind of like doing lots of our planning stuff. I will do it here. Like we're all kind of like in front of the TV doing things like can I get the camera angle right? No, I don't know. That's not very good. Sorry guys. Lots of people doing planning all together. That's been really fun. So I've got a lot of time to reflect after that. Really interesting. And that was my 3-year plan and my 1-year plan. We've done 3-year. Today we do 1-year plan. Hashtag excited. Let's kind of go through. So Ricardo, come to Boracay. Come back to the Philippines. Lovely. Let's go. H Amazon. Hi Tom. Can you please talk to us about how pan-European and FEM work and how has it changed in the last few years, and also about VAT register selling from EU to UK VAT registered companies. Okay, so I'm not an expert because I don't do it, but I understand how it works. So in regards to pan-EU and EFN, if I just define the differences, pan-EU is whereby you physically hold stock within the EU and you are VAT registered in all those countries. If you hold stock in another country in the EU, you need to be VAT registered in that country. So generally, I think there's 5 marketplaces in the UK, in the EU, where they have FBA fulfillment centres. There will be other marketplaces that you can sell in, but generally they don't have FBA fulfillment centres. They are shipped from the 5. It might have changed now because it's been a while since I looked at them. France, Italy, Germany, Spain, the UK. 5 areas. When you're pan-EU, you'll register for that in all of them. I think there might be like another one now. And what's going to happen is that when you ship stock into Amazon through the pan-EU program, maybe from the UK, it's going to send some of that stock into Europe. Now, it will probably either ship it directly to one warehouse and then ship it off to the other one. So you might ship it to Germany, for example, or you might ship it to the UK and then they'll ship it to Germany and then from Germany they'll ship it to France, for example. That can happen. But really, you're just holding stock around Europe to sell there. So it can be very advantageous. Now, EFN is whereby you ship stock into the UK, you hold it in the UK, and then EFN is European Fulfillment Network, whereby you can have your products which are being held within the UK being sold into the Germany. Now, what happens is, as long as they're below a certain value, there's no requirement for that you to hold stock and to hit that threshold right yet, but you can basically hold your stock in the UK, and then someone in Germany can buy it, and it will ship to Germany via Amazon. Now, the one thing you've got to realize is that if your sales go over a certain limit, the VAT threshold for that country, I think in France is about 35,000. That's the lowest. Then you will need to VAT register in that company or that country. That's another consideration. So really, the difference between pan-EU and EFN is basically, number one, where the stock's physically held. Pan-EU, they hold it in Europe, whereas EFN, they only hold it in the UK. This is talking from a UK perspective. And then number two is the VAT registration requirements behind it. Obviously, because you hold stock in Europe, you now need to be VAT registered in all of them. And obviously that has VAT, reporting requirements on it. Apparently it's not too hard. A lot of accountants will help you with it, but it's not the end of the world. So the other one, which we kind of do in regards to, you talked about and the VAT selling, and you said in the EU from a, so oh yeah, so I think you talk about how VAT is selling from in the EU from a UK registered company. So the other little hack you can kind of do, like some people have talked about, is instead of registering for pan EU and doing everything pan EU, you can just do, like, I know some people who've done whereby they've registered to sell in only one marketplace, generally Germany, in the Europe. And what they do is they ship stock directly to Germany, and then they do EFN, which is European Fulfillment Network, but from Germany. So basically, all their German fast track, their German Amazon selling account will hold the stock, and then they'll list from Germany into like France, for example. And because they're already on the mainland Europe and because they have good transport links, it generally sells a lot better. So that's another way. Less reporting, it is an option, but it's not the most ideal way. So that's kind of like a bridge between EFN and FBA. But long story short, if you sell too much, i.e., if you meet the requirements of that country, 35,000 in France, you need to hit register for VAT. Or if you hold stock in any country, regardless of how little, even if it's like one item, in theory you should be VAT registered in that country and filing VAT returns every quarter or month, depending on the requirements. Hope that makes sense. Amazon. Let's kind of go through. Danzen said, I'm in the process of buying deals, and sometimes in Slack I'm not fast enough to purchase deals on leads on Slack. I get the point. I do understand, and it's a thing. I think the question comes is that if you've got a new VA, I would not teach them how to do this yet. If your VA's done the 3 months and they know what they're doing sourcing wise, then I'd open it up to them and see how it goes. But I would do a couple of provisions. Number one, I would open up to them under the proviso that any deals found on Slack are not deals counted towards what they do, because it should be the exception, not the norm. You still want them to achieve like 10 deals a day, for example, on their normal sourcing. And Slack is just like, cool, oh, another deal's come in. I'm going to take 20 seconds, 30 seconds to have a quick look. Yeah, that's good. What I would not allow from my VAs is, if I were to do what you're asking, this is basically having a VA checking a lead service. I would not allow a VA to include in their number of deals submitted every day, the number of deals in the lead service. And what I'm really trying to make clear is that I will not allow them to spend time doing that. So I hope that makes sense. So you can do it, but like, I get it. I would wait 3 months and hire a VA to do normal sourcing, then get them to check it. Trust me, I've seen it. It's been a disaster. Don't do it. Hope that makes sense, Danzen. Let's go and jump through. Aidan, how do you recommend two people doing FBA together? We're both investing 10K each. Create a limited company, both put 10K into the bank account of the limited company, and they're called directors loans. So now the company has 10K each. That's it. Make an agreement between yourself that what's going to happen. You put it in writing. So number one is like, I do some research around like operating agreements between partners. So like number one, how you do profit disbursements. Number two, minimum expectations of work. Let's put it this way: number of hours you're going to work each, core areas of focus, what's going to happen on decision making, like those things. Like, you've done the investment, you're doing profit sharing. What's the minimum amount? Not the maximum, but the minimum amount you're both agreeing to work on this business. If one works fine, if you decide to work 50 hours a week and the other one does 20 and 20 is the minimum, absolutely fine. But you agreed to that. And then also when this that agreement comes up to renewal, so you can renew it. Also exit. What happens when you exit? Like, if someone wants to get out of the business, how does that work? Is there like if someone wants to leave, they need to put it in writing. Then we're going to wait 1 month, and then we'll reaffirm the writing, and then we'll clear down the stock and close the business down. Like, maybe something like that. But again, I'd probably be looking at like joint ventures and how people structure them and what they work. But at a very fundamental level, it'd be like limited company, 10K each, as director's loan. That is it. So I hope that makes sense. We got Instagram, the flipping soccer mum. Hey, the flipping soccer mum. That's amazing. Flipping soccer mum. That'd be brilliant. And Amazon FBA like a boss. Hey, how are you getting on? Let me know down below. Drop me a hey. Let's kind of go through JOD. Hello, could you provide some advice on keeping your account in good health? 1 second. Any good practices to minimize violation, complaints, issues with Amazon invoices? Buy from reputable suppliers. Don't go buy from like secondhand eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Number two is get all your receipts. That's really going to help you. So I'm getting a lot of light coming in. That's why I'm like, Tom's looking really bad. Hello guys, everyone can see me. What else? Lots of suppliers, invoices, reputable suppliers, get the invoices. I think the one thing that we do, which is kind of really like changes, like really helps people out, is we use a service from a guy called Jeff. He's not Jeff, Amazon Jeff, someone else. Fasttrackfba.com/Jeff. And he it's about $100 a month. But if we get any problems, like complaints, IP complaints, issues, we just go back to him, and he really helps us out. Like it's all part of the service. So it's kind of like having lawyers on retainer. $100 a month. We like it, so we use it a lot. And to give you an idea, we have 0 account health problems in like no IP complaints, nothing in the US. We do 1 million on that one, and in the UK, I think we have 3. That's it. But I think we've gone up to 15 at one point. Still wasn't in an account warning, absolutely fine. So, but we just use the services to really kind of minimize it. So I hope that makes sense. JD, let me know if there's anything else in particular you're looking for. But yeah, reputable account handlers. Jeff's quite a good one. Hope that makes sense. Amazon. I've sold some items through FBA to Spain and France, but my inventory is in the UK. Do I need to pay? So I've sold some items through FBM to Spain and France, but my inventory is in the UK. Do I need to pay any VAT? I'm not VAT registered. Should the VAT be included in the shipping costs? So first things first, I'm not a tax advisor, financial. So I speak to a financial accountant, a tax advisor. I hope that makes sense. So I can't advise you because I don't really know your situation, nor am I qualified to advise you. But if I was in your situation, what would I be considering? Well, first things first, my stock's held in the UK, so I don't have a stock. I'm not holding stock in that country, so that doesn't meet the requirement of being VAT registered for that. Number two is the fact that when you sell the items, technically, and it's kind of like when you sell the items, because you're not holding stock in the countries, it's not a problem. When you sell into those countries under the European Union, the way it works is the fact that you're able to sell kind of like it's kind of like tax free up to a certain limit, and once you reach that limit, you then need to register for VAT. And I'll kind of talk what I mean by that. So in France, for example, is the lowest. If you sell more than 35,000 euros in a year, then you will need to register for VAT in France. But the one thing that you want to kind of understand is that generally speaking, when you sell, if you're selling to a consumer, you will charge VAT at the rate at which you're in. So if I'm selling to France, for example, I will charge, and France, I don't know what it is. Let's say, for example, I'm selling to France. Let's say, for example, France is 19% VAT, but in the UK it's 20. Well, I would charge them at my rate of VAT, 20%, and I would pay that to HMRC, the government. Now, if the person I'm selling to as a business and they have a VAT number, then I'll do what's known as EC reverse charge. So technically, I'd charge them, they'd pay 0% VAT in cash, but we'd still declare it. And you've got to read up about EC reverse charge. Again, speak to an accountant. But majority of the time, you're just going to charge them at the normal rate of VAT that you have. That's it. That's the way it works. So you just charge VAT on anything you normally do. So the product, shipping cost, all those kind of things. But if you're not VAT registered, obviously you wouldn't charge VAT because you don't charge VAT anyway. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Let me know down below, Hamza. Guys, if you're on Instagram, Shaz, Jake, Koch, let me know down below. I'll say I can help you out. I've got about another 12 minutes and then I'm going to drop off. Aidan says, we live close to each other and I'll be getting a little warehouse to do the work in. Fantastic. Define it, talk about, by the way, you're talking about a little warehouse. Fantastic. What about who's doing the warehouse? Is someone sourcing, someone doing the warehouse? Absolutely fine. Maybe think about where the business is going. Think about who's going to take, you're going to write the agreement. I'm guessing if you're going to get a warehouse, someone's got to sign for it, your company. They might have to put like a personal guarantee down on it. Some people ask those. I hope that kind of makes sense. Like there's lots, like the one question I'd really ask is sit down together and say, if this is going to fail, why? And then try and manage around that. Like it's really when things go bad, that's the problem. So that's the contract's going to help with that, or that agreement. Hope that makes sense. SJ, do you prefer choosing 30% ROI selling at high cost items or low cost items with 30% ROI? I don't really care. I really don't. I don't watch them at all. I prefer looking at items that make profit. So if we can get 30% ROI, fantastic. If we can get the high or low cost, doesn't really matter. So I think it's whatever my team want to buy, I let them choose it. So do you prefer? Yeah, hope that makes sense. Like we don't, and you say like high selling, slow selling. It could be really like, that's all relative as well. Like It could be that the listing's slower selling, 10 sales per month, but I'm going to get all 10 sales. We can have one that's doing 100 sales per month, faster selling. There's enough competition that I'll only make 5 sales per month. So I hope that kind of makes sense. That's what we're kind of thinking about. So again, it's all relative. We just want to make an idea. Guys, if you've got questions, drop it down. Is it possible to assign one of your VAs to source 10K's worth of leads and deals? Yeah, like my God, like my team. I'll see if I can show you. Like my team, they'll probably do like I think my team will probably do 3 to 5K a week on deals, like that we buy. Um, we'll do that. So I'll see if I can kind of get you one. See if I can get the UK. I'll probably not go too far on it. Like, I'll give you like 2 seconds. If I can't find it in like 2 seconds, I'll kind of skip on. Like, what do they do? What day are we on today? We're on like Thursday. So here we go. Fine. So this is like one of my sources. I'll choose that one. Yeah, so we get okay. So I'm just going to shout them out. So like one saucer, not huge, £210, so not great. Probably just started. Another saucer, 3,345. This is actual spend 2 week, not estimated. Actual spend. £400. Another one, 4,190. Another one, 4,118. Another one, 323. So some high, some low. I can kind of give you an idea. So. I'll kind of like zoom in on one. I don't know if I can actually do that. Will that let me zoom in? Yeah, so you can kind of, you might be able to see it's a report on my phone. This is one saucer, estimated spend at the top, and the red line is actual spend for this week. So they think we're going to spend an estimated 5,874. We've actually spent 4,190, so not too far off. And then you can talk about like profitability on the bottom end of that. So yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, actually, the one is their actual profit generated. So yeah, that's the point. So yeah, you can definitely do it. Like we do more than that, but 10K I think is realistic after 3 months. VA 10K a month is fine. With the low barriers to entry of this business, how do you successfully distinguish themselves from other sellers? Volume. That's it. Yeah, it's easy to get started, but it's hard to scale. You need to build a team, managing, getting right people doing it. Finding deals is not too challenging, but you only have 24 hours in a day. It's building staff, finding niches, going in areas that people aren't figuring out. Amazon's like millions of products. The question you've got to ask is like, how do I find the products that work for me, and also can I continue to scale that? So that's why we built 2 companies, and I have a team that do it. So really, it's finding niche, and then also as well scaling it. That's the kind of where we go. Oliver said, just got a VA for you guys. What's the best way to make them to do better? I think for you, like, do join the weekly support calls. You'll join Jade and Shenna. We do 2 of them. It's quite cool. So those weekly support calls are really going to help you out in like managing the business, supporting your VAs. Speak to them, follow the MBA workbook advice, or the ultimate sourcing, the ultimate virtual assistant manager's handbook is the new updated one, and really just follow that advice. Like literally go through the structure of the calls, how we do it, recognize success. We want to be positive but challenging at the same time. I won't lie, with my marketing team in Fast Track FBA, I've had them crying on calls because I've been so challenging to them. But I've also likewise had them crying on calls because they've been so happy because they've overcome challenges that they didn't think were going to be possible. So I'm not saying you should make yourself cry. Like I just have a way of managing people. One thing I'd say is like we want to help them develop and grow and as individuals. And the net result is that what I talk about in those videos and that ultimate virtual assistant manager's handbook, that's going to support you follow that. So follow the guide, and then like make a point, put it in your calendar every single week. Join that support call that my team have. Why? Because they're here to help you. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, Qasim on Instagram said, how did you start selling on Amazon? Can you share your journey till now? I started wholesale, failed, lost money, didn't work, didn't like it. By the way, I did wholesale against Amazon, like the same products Amazon's selling. Bad idea. Then what? Then we started looking at OA, did toys products, and then I moved into hiring VAs. Lost money in my first year because my VAs weren't making me money, and I didn't really understand why they weren't making money. Learned about how to track, learned about problems, learned about VAs who were just lazy, quit, rubbish, and then really started to take it seriously in year 2, figure out the right metrics. Went to Thailand. My had a purchasing team, which was great, but then they started messing it all up. They were buying like 26, like 38-inch waist, 26-inch leg, like Levi jeans, like the worst ones, like the variations were awful. Had a lot of stock, again, lost money on those, realized that my team needs a lot better training. And then I did my road to 1 million journey. We're doing about 30,000 a month by that point. I even went through reselling on Amazon. There's a point where I did 30K a month only flipping Amazon, like Amazon deals. That was it. And then we did the road to 1 million, and we did that in 12 months, which we built a team out. And then we did another million in the next quarter after that, and then we started Amazon USA, and the rest is kind of history. So like 3 million and 1 million, and obviously started Fast Track FBA at the same time. So yeah, what did I learn? What's my advice I can give you in a very short, abridged version of my journey? I tried to do it all myself, failed miserably. It didn't work a lot of the time. I would seriously say I could have saved a lot of time, money, and effort by just paying someone to tell me what I needed to do and to copy their results. Um, I should have paid to get around people who gave me, access to information and knowledge so that I can replicate it, copy their system, for example. That would be one of the big learnings from it. Number two is take it seriously. Like the amount of times I kind of like did a bit of work, didn't really take it seriously, and when I focused, I did really well. And then I think probably number three is have a plan, like really, really have a plan, not like one that's like, yeah, I want to do well, I want to make a million, cool. Like, no, 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 like on this date, I will be making a million. Here's exactly how I'm going to do it. And know that plan like the back of your head, like every single part of it is detailed to the right decimal point. Why? Because if you look at my road to 1 million, the first time I really, really wrote a plan, and look at what happened. We planned to do a million in 18 months. We did it in 12. Before that, it took years to get there. So like, yeah, have a plan. Can't believe that much. I hope that makes sense, Quazim, over on Instagram over there. Give me a thumbs up if you like that. Give me a love heart if you like that as well. And then what work do you do now in your 2 hours per week in your business? I'm super so to give you an idea, like in the Amazon business, yeah, I really do like generally it's like 2 to 4 hours. And I say that like the 2 hours is 1 hour admin, we move money, cash flow, take screenshots, move the cash around. I still have access to bank accounts. I'm the only one who does that. And then number two is the fact that I have a 1 hour weekly meeting with my ops manager. That's it. He manages the two companies, two Amazon businesses. Most of my time is spent doing Fast Track FBA. I really enjoy that element. We look at operational aspects of certain parts of the business. Sometimes I will do extra time in the Amazon business. Like over the last couple of months, we've been focusing on a repricing kind of like project, improving our repricing, managing our stock better. How do we do it all in a very systematic way? And how can we prove that our repricing is working or not working? Creating trackable, measurable things behind that. That's a really important metric. So we did that. That was something that I've been working on. Not much, like probably like 2 hours a week. We hired a member of staff. I supported them. I think at most I was probably doing 5 hours a week with her. Now I only do 1 hour a week. And that's it. Sometimes I do a bit more, sometimes I do a bit less. But like right now I'm around the Philippines, so we're doing strategic planning. So yeah, I'm not really spending much time. Hope that makes sense. Brew Becken says, where is the support call? If you go to Fast Track FBA Facebook group, VA Academy, it'll be Fast Track FBA Facebook group, VA Academy. I think it's like the FDF growth group or something. You'll see it when you join the VA Academy. It's a support call. It's only for Fast Track FBA VA Academy members, and we post that support call every single week in that chat to say, hey, come join us. We're here to help, and it's your chance to do Q&As with my team, and you can ask questions, and they are here to help. Honestly, they're really, really good. So I like that one as well. Let's jump through. Ricardo, on the topic of VAs, if we were to hire one from your service, is there currently queued before they're signed? I think you're going to be about 2 weeks. By the way, what I will say is we've got a promotion right now, Fast Track FBA VA Academy, just for the first 3 weeks of January. So it does close in probably like a week's time. You will get you get a sourcing VA. You're going to get our sourcing mastery course. You're going to get the ultimate managers, a VA managers handbook, which is updated for 2023. It went live yesterday. You'll also get 12 weeks of support calls. You're also going to get all the SOPs. They're in the guide to everything that we do. You'll also have if you get any problems over the first 3 months, you can literally drop a message to my team and say, Tom, I've got a problem. Can you help me out? And my team will jump on and retrain, do extra support for your VAs, to get them up to where they need to be and to make sure you're happy with them. you get all other systems, the way we work, we track what the measurables are, and we can give you consultation on that. Like if your targets are too high, we'll kind of say, look, we think you're too high, and here's why. We do an analysis of where we were at, and then on top of that, if your VA quits at any point over the first 3 months, you can get unlimited replacements. So if one VA quits, another one quits, another one quits, you can get unlimited replacements. It doesn't cost you any more, and that's from the moment your VA starts, not from the moment you make a payment. In addition to that, if you want to replace the VA and you're not happy with them, you can do unlimited replacements over the first 3 months. And then the final one is if you're not happy at any point over the first 3 months, you can say, Tom, I'm not happy, or maybe a VA is not for me. What we'll do is we'll refund you the money that you paid us. So that fee that you charged us, we will refund you that money back to you. And even if you had replacement VAs and consultation calls and things like that, like we will still refund you that money 100%. No questions asked. Just send us the email. There's no like, have you done this? Have you done? No. Like, okay, you sure you want a refund? Cool. Here's your money. Not a problem. We'll take the VA off you, of course. And then the final one that you're going to get as well, and this is part of the special offer, is it because you're going to grow your team, you're going to get more sales, you're going to get more inventory, and you're going to have more like financial. You're going to grow the business. And so what we're doing, we're bundling in as well until week 3. We're bundling in our admin mastery course. So this is all my SOPs that we use to train our own admin team on financial management, accounting, cash flow management, everything like that. And it's really what we train our admin VAs on. But the reason why I'm sharing it with you is because I think it's going to really help you out in growing your business. That admin mastery course is going to support you in really, and I talked about it earlier on today, pay for access, pay for people to tell you exactly what to do. So we literally show you every day, this is what you should be doing. Every week, this is what you should be doing. Every month, this is what you should be doing. These are the processes that we do within my business and that we've been doing across the UK and the USA, VAT registration, and how I outsource, how I get a team to run this for me is the exact SOPs. And by the way, they will continue to update when we update them. That's all part of the VA Academy package. And obviously you get that VA as well. So that's a special offer we put in right now just for January. And by the way, it's not just January, it's only the first 3 weeks of January. So there is a 2-week delay right now in hiring a VA. But if you get in now and hire, you'll get all of that, and obviously you'll be on the waiting list for it. So if you pay today, I think about 2 weeks you get your VA. So hope that makes sense, Ricardo. And I would probably really recommend, if you are thinking about it, now is the time to do it. Why? Just because you get the admin mastery course, that's like $850. That's what we sell it for, and it's a really good course. Lots of people have learned so much. We get feedback internally, and people have been like, "Wow, this is really good. I love how you've explained this. This is great." So that's all my SOPs. And by the way, that's when we update stuff internally in my business, we update that course because that's the course that we use to teach our business. Don't die, Tom. Right, let's go through. I've got about, I need to finish up. 568 per week. You're talking about, where's the one? You said, is that, I don't know which one. I don't know where I showed it to you. It's not, no, so okay, I know what you're looking at. I'm going to try and find it. Can I find it? There, no, okay. I'll show you this thing. So this is, I'm going to show it here. This is a report I get. That 5874 is how much they think we should buy of their deals in cash value. The 4190 is how much we've actually bought of their deals so far this week. And then the 6295 is like how much profit they've generated so far this week. So hope that makes sense. The 8, what we're really looking at is how much do they think we're going to spend on their deals. So we can track that. So that's what that makes sense. For 10K budget, how many sources would you have to manage effectively? 1, maybe 2. I think you can probably get away with it. Depends how much you want aggressive. Like I probably say 1 or 2. I say no more than 2. No more. We say 5K is the amount of money you should have for each VA. Any update on the webinar you're hoping to deliver? We've already delivered it. I delivered it last week. I was in Abu Dhabi delivering it. So I gave it, I did it last week. I might do it again. I'm not 100% sure. I might do it again. Depends on my travel. So that's something that I think about. But we might do it again. But I did deliver it last week. I haven't got any replays of it. It's not something we're going to replay, but I might do it again. So let me see how it goes. If I kind of get some time in traveling, or maybe when I'm back in Mexico, we'll do it again. But sorry, Coast3. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is all the questions done. I'll do Rubicon over on Instagram, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Got my second thing in the day before Excess. I could not benefit the New Year offer. Bless you. By the way, you will get it. Everyone should have got it for the you'll get the admin mastery if you bought your VA in December. I made a point of that. So Rubicon, if you haven't got it, send us a message and I will make sure you get that as well. So if you purchase it in December, you will get the admin mastery course as well. So just want to say thank you for that, and obviously you're not going to miss out, don't worry. But if you haven't got it, drop us a message, chat support team, and I will obviously do some there. Ladies and gentlemen, I do just want to say thank you so much for your time. Tom needs to go hit the gym, wake up, drink some coffee, because my God, I am honestly like falling asleep. I will see you same time tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my last day doing this this week. Why? Because Friday I'm going for drinks with my team, and I really don't want to be waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning having a conversation with you when I'm probably quite hungover. So that was definitely not going to happen. But I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. Keep smashing your business. I'm obviously out in the Philippines planning my thing. I'll keep you updated. I'll record some videos. I just want to say big thank you. Stay safe. Catch you same time tomorrow. Bye.